Okay, part two of my personal share is it's going to be much quicker. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a little essay that I stumbled across, I don't know, a year ago. I don't know. I didn't really read it, but I started reading it. I thought, oh, I'll read this later. And I didn't fully read it until just now. And it totally fits and it sums up everything about this journey and perhaps where I'm at currently in a way that I wish I could have done, but he does it perfectly. The author is Carlton Totten. And he uses the word enlightenment, and I certainly don't. I don't use that word. I wouldn't use that word. I would use awakened or awakening. To me, an enlightenment is something that happens kind of like at the end, and then you immediately, like you're enlightened, and you move on to the next level. So here we go. It's a short little essay. And he says, so many talk of enlightenment as though they are trying to gain something. You don't gain anything. It's a loss. And it can be devastating. Your whole life can be ruined. All your passions, drive, and attachments will be taken away from you. Your God will disintegrate before your eyes. This is so true. I've said in several of my videos, I've lost God. You absolutely lose God. Your spiritual practice will look like a silly dream of the mind. You will fall out of this world and never fit in again. Yeah. Your ability to have normal conversations will be challenged. Yes. You will not radiate beneficence. You will be utterly and absolutely ordinary. And I so wish people would get this. Okay? Okay. Just get it. You will be utterly and absolutely ordinary and indistinguishable from anybody else. Don't let the ego try to make you feel different. Okay. Everyone else will build their character and their dream story all around you, and you will remain nothing and no one pretending to be a person again. Like a costume that doesn't fit right, or an actor on a stage breaking. This is a run-on sentence. It's a bad sentence. So how do I say this? Like a costume that doesn't fit right, or an actor on stage breaking character and stopping the play because you can't play that role anymore. There is no escape. There is no liberation, only liberation from self with a small s, which is all the liberation you'll need, but at what cost? So you really want to be the only sober one at the bar? Sure, you will see things more clearly than the average Joe, but is it worth spending a lifetime trying to put all the pieces back together that will never hold? So you want to walk around feeling like an imposter, pretending to make sense of chaotic happening that doesn't make sense? Nothing makes sense, double meaning. Are you prepared to see the insanity of humanity and be content with its absurdities? And here's where it really gets good. When you find yourself where you can say you are nothing and everything, you are and you aren't, when all is meaningless and meaningful, when you say a shift happened but didn't happen, when you have nowhere to put your certainty about anything, you have arrived at no place. You have unrealized realization. Here you are and here you aren't, permanently impermanent. Welcome home. And that sums up everything that's going on here, absolutely 100%. Whereas before there was certainty, there was, I know this, I know nothing anymore. And it's like along the way, the more I realize God, the less I know him or know it. everything goes, and everything is a dichotomy. I am the saint and the sinner simultaneously. In fact, I just had that realization. It's so weird. I'll share another experience with you. You know, and I don't know if it's a real shifting of awareness or something, but you know, as we're going throughout our days, we're, at least in the past, you know, you're experiencing yourself as the sinner, you're doing something wrong, and then you can swing back to the saint, and you're like constantly moving back and forth, right? Swishing from one pole to the next. And what I realized recently in the witness state is that I was watching both poles acting out simultaneously in this vessel. I was being the saint and the sinner, or those thoughts and actions were happening simultaneously. I can't explain it to you, but it was like, it was the convergence of three things. I don't know if this has anything to do with the law of three, but there was like an active force. There was the active force of, yes, I remember now. I was doing something, let's just say it was on the good end. It was an activity. So there was an active force. And then there was this passive thought that was the opposite, that was negative against the positive force. And then there was this witness, this neutral force, and it all converged all at the same time. And I realized that this has been going on for quite a while. All three forces are happening all at once. I don't know if that's a thing, but all these little things, all these little subtle shifts. And while I do a lot of thinking, I do like to think, there's not a lot of mind activity going on, meaning not a lot of ego worry. Like there's a lot of quietness, but I can promote some thinking of things, contemplation, but there's not a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, so that's part 2. That's where I'm at. I don't know if I can make any more videos. We'll see. Maybe I just needed a little wine to get me talking. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Until next time.